I'm only dating in pairs now. I'm not dating no more women alone. You must have your co-wife.
That's right.
You must have your co-wife already, my sisters. Find your co-wife and then find me. Don't find me first. Find your co-wife. Send me the resume. What can you do? What have you done? Degrees, talents, skills. If you've been to jail, I need to know if you've been to jail. You're going to have to get them tattoos covered up. You can't be my wife with another man's name on your body. I'm telling you that right now. You cannot be my wife with another man's name on your body. So you're going to have to get all them tattoos covered up. Oh, yes. And you got to get a Dr.UMAR tattoo on your back waist. Above the Cinnabons, right on the waistline. I need Dr.UMAR, half Africa, half heart. Dr.UMAR. I want to see my name. I want to see my name. Oh, yes. Both queens, same tattoo. Both wifeys, same tattoo. And then y'all gonna get y'all ass inside this school and help me get ready. Oh, yes.
Black power.
Queen Kong consciousness times 2. I'm not looking for a third baby mama. I said 2 wives, my Negro. My Negro-pean brother. My 2 wives, my Negro. I'm going to marry them at the next fashion show. There's going to be a community marriage on Ifa Tunde Avenue, Dr.P.O.P.A Boulevard, Prince of Pan-Africanism Parkway. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I'm not playing. I'm dead serious. 2 queens. I'm not playing. Ladies, 35 to 55. Sign up. 35 to I don't care how many kids you got. Long as you take care of them, I'm all right. Long as you take care of them, all right. If you ever allowed a snow puppy in your cave, you cannot apply. If you have ever allowed a snow puppy into your cave, you cannot apply. No, no. If you've ever laid down with a non-African, you cannot be my wife. Those are the rules. Those are the rules. If you've ever laid down with a non-African, you cannot be my wife unless you go to the African jungle and get the queen mothers and babas of African spiritual. They're going to have to do an exorcism on your womb. They're going to have to take your ovaries out and baptize them and put them back in. They're going to have to take your fallopian tubes out and baptize them and put them back in. If you ever lay with a non-African man, you cannot lay in my bed. If you ever lay with a non-African man, you cannot lay in my bed. And if I find out you lay with a non-African man, even after we get married, I'm putting your ass out and I'm replacing you with a sister who knows better. Oh, yes. What about a strong transgender? I'm blocking your ass for that. I'm going to block you for that. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. He just said, would I marry an artificial female? My Negro, you need your melanin snatched and you need about 5 million lashes. You need your melanin snatched and you need about 5 million. Talking about an artificial female. My dear brother, I want to baptize you back into your African consciousness. We're going to hold regular baptisms at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. We are going to have regular baptisms at the, I don't believe, this Negro said, what about an artificial woman? Lord have mercy. Can we all have 2 wives like Dr.UMAR if you build an irrelevant institution, my brother? If you build an irrelevant institution, you can have 2 wives. I'm building a relevant institution so I can have 2 wives. All natural from head to toe. I will not consider no weaves, no perms, no straightening comb, Jerry curl, S curl, ghetto curl, highlights, no unnatural color. If you wasn't born with it, I don't want to see it. If you wasn't born with it, I don't want to see it. Breasts, butt, eyelashes, lips, nose. If you got fake lips, fake nose, I don't want you. All natural from head to toe. Why now? Because the school is almost done and I need to get married, Miss Armsfield. Why now? The school is almost ready and the elder said, I got to get married. The elder said, you got to get married, sir. After the baby Smurf scandal, you got to get married. So I need 2 wives. I don't have a problem with an albino, a 5'5" thick in the thigh albino. And by the way, you can be 4'10", you could be 5'1", you could be 5'7", you could be 5'9", you could be 5'11", you could be 6 feet. You cannot be 6'4". You cannot be taller than me. We could be the same height, but my wife cannot be taller than me. I don't care how short you are. I don't care how short you are. I don't care how short you are, but you cannot be taller than 6'3". If you are taller than 6'3", you cannot come in my bed with me. I'm sorry, ladies. You can be a volunteer. You can work at the school, but you can't be the wife if you're taller than 6'3". Shout out to all my 6 foot and over queens. I love you. Latina Africans, only if you full-time African all day, every day. If I find out you're not a full-time African and you just acting black to get in to become Dr.UMAR Wifey, you will be put in the book of Negroes. I'm 6'3 and a half. I'm 6'3 and a half. I'm 6'3.5". We just gonna round it off and say 6'4". I'm 6'3.5". We just gonna round it off and say 6'4". But I've been saying 6'3" all this time, so I'm gonna keep it at 6'3". I don't know what a Viking Barbie is. What in the hell is a Viking Barbie? What in the hell is a Viking Barbie, my brothers and sisters? I don't want no harem. I'm gonna have 2 queens. Ain't gonna be no harem. It's gonna be 2 queens. Everybody gonna know who they are. They're gonna be at my events. Y'all gonna see them. They're gonna be dressed alike and everything. Y'all gonna know DR.UMAR wifeys. 5'5" Dominican Afro Latino sounds good to me. As long as she ain't never had no rice, no ice, no sand, no spice. 5'5" thick in the thigh Dominican queen sound good to me. As long as she ain't have no rice, no ice, no spice, no sand, and no salsa. It sounds all right to me. A 6'1" thick in the thigh Haitian queen? Why not? A 4'11" Nigerian queen? Why not? A 5'2" Montreal, Canada queen? Why not? If you need to talk to me, you know the number. Send that PayPal. Send that PayPal. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. Send that PayPal. Kevin Gates said he liked how white women look. That's Kevin Gates' business. I don't support bunny hopping, celebrities included. Shout out to Kevin Gates. I don't know if he said it or not, but I don't support bunny hopping. Unapologetically African alpha. A 3'6" pygmy. First of all, the word pygmy is a white man's racist word. I need you to detox your mentality, my Negropean brother. Pygmy, ain't nobody called pygmy in Africa. That's a white man's word. Find the African word, my brother. Pakistani queen, that's sand bunny. No, thank you. All due respect to the Pakistani queens. No disrespect. But y'all, a 5'6" big booty Dominican, we must stay focused. 5'5". Oh, yes. Can you cook? Can you cook, though, sisters? You got to be able to cook. You got to be able to cook. Find your co-wife. Send a wifey resume. Interviews are starting now. Stop asking me about mixed women. How many times I got to tell y'all this? If you have a black mother or a black father and you identify as African 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's all right. It's all right. Albino queens, I ain't got no problem with albino queens. They African do. My African vanilla albinos. I might marry 2 albino queens. Shut the whole town down. I'm going to marry 2 this is not lust, my brother. We building black families now. You raise your chakras. You're in the lower chakra. I'm dealing with the crown chakra. I'm dealing with the crown chakra. You have locks, no problem. Ladies, make sure y'all wash them locks. Make sure you keep your locks really clean. I dated a sister with locks one time. Hey, Sister Paulina. Hey, Sister Paulina. How you doing there, sweetheart? I'm not marrying no pretendians, my brother. You must be African. I am a Garveyite. I follow the teachings of the greatest black leader of the 20th century, the only black man to build a mass movement who did not have to use Islam or Christianity. Brothers and sisters, I am a Garveyite. I will not marry a pretendian. I will not marry a pretendian. No, sir. People who are ashamed to be black, I have no business looking for me. Sister Cassie going twice. Sister Cassie going 3 times. Where you at, Sister Cassie? How you doing there, beautiful?
How you doing, DR.UMAR?
Where you calling
on here?
from? Where you at in the world today, my queen?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
You know, I haven't spoken in Seattle in about
a hot minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
How Seattle?
Say what now?
How Seattle treating black folks?
It's all right.
It's okay. Okay.
It's all right.
What's going on with Shannon Sharp? I've been at FD.
I have no idea. You know, they all in your comments. I was like, you know, she's trying to tell you to eat her. That's what she's saying.
Lord. Oh, no. I don't eat snow. I do not eat snow.
So, yeah. I don't know what they're talking about Shannon Sharp. I just popped in because I love watching you. You ain't been here in a minute. I think it's been before the pandemic when the last time you was here.
It was.
Yeah.
It was 2019.
Yep, downtown Seattle. I think
yes, it was Judge Joe Brown, Rizza Islam, and myself.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think that was 18 or 19. The brother by the name of Gorgeous Dre brought us out there. So, yeah.
So you gonna get married at? You plan on getting married soon?
I need you I need you to take that beautiful butterscotch skin and go find you a beautiful caramel or chocolate to go with it, and let's co-wife it up. Let's co-wife it up.
I'm not in the mood
I'm
to
picking with you,
co-wife.
baby. I'm picking with you.
I need to be the
The
only one.
only
I don't need to be the
one.
extra one.
But let me
Yes,
ask
the
you a
only
question. Let me ask you a
one. Yes,
question.
sir. Go ahead.
If it's not enough straight black men to go around, how are we going to get all the queens married when there's more of y'all than us? Statistically, listen to me. If you marry every black man today, every one of us, there's still 2 to 3 million black women. 2 to 3 million, not 1,000, not 100. 2 to 3 million black women without a husband. What do we do for them?
Ooh, I don't know what we do.
No, you must have an answer. Community solutions. It can't be a personal solution. What do we do with the 3 million black women who will not have a man? I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. You know what they're going to do?
Wait.
That's what they're going to do.
What they gonna
They're going to share your husband
that's
behind
what I
your
was
back.
getting ready to say.
So why not just choose her? Choose the woman you're going to... Listen, you're going to share because the men that black women want, alpha males, are not generally monogamous. There are many, but generally, alpha males are not monogamous, and they don't have to be. So we have to do something about the 2 to 3 million unmarried black women. And if y'all can give me a solution for those 2 to 3 million black women who will be unmarried if we married every queen, I will stop talking about polygyny. But you got to give me a solution for them sisters that makes sense.
You answered the question that you asked me. You said we got to share. It has to be community, right? Yeah. But you got to be willing. You got to be really grown in your understanding. You have to. There can't be no anger. There can't be no bitterness. There can't be no jealousy. You got to just know that we're doing this together, and not everyone is able to do that.
Let me ask you a question. What is the number one obstacle to polygyny in Black America? Is it the competition between black women, or is there another greater obstacle? Because from where I see, it's the need for black women to outdo and compete with other black women that is the major barrier in this country to polygyny, aside from irresponsible black men who may take advantage of it. So that's number one. Let me back up. The number one threat to successful, healthy polygyny is black men who might try to take advantage of it. That's number one. Number two is the pettiness and competition between black women. What do you think?
I think you're correct, but I also think it depends on the woman.
Okay. What you mean?
Because I'm not in competition with any woman. Me
That's
personally, you're speaking in generality, but I'm saying as for me, the only person I'm in competition is myself. So I think that it could work if we really understood the reason behind it. And I think there's a negative connotation that comes with it. And so, like, because we don't really understand it, there has to be understanding, clear cut communication with understanding in order for it to run smoothly. And I think it's a negative. It's a negative connotation because you're thinking like the man is having his cake and he's eating it too. He can have all he want, but she can't have what she want.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Help me rectify the fact that, how do we juxtapose the fact that so many black women are against polygyny, but so many black women date married men? Help me understand that. I'm trying to understand how so many black women are against polygyny, but so many black women date married men. Help me understand.
But are these black women dating these married men knowingly or unknowingly?
Knowingly.
Well, then I don't have an answer for that, because if you're going to be against polygyny and you dating married men, you might as well just get on the home team and make it work.
You know what I think?
I think
a lot of black women would be open to polygyny if they did not have to confess to it in the presence of other women. I think a lot of black women would have no problem having a co-wife if they did not have to answer to the feminazi? What you think?
I also think that they wouldn't have a problem with it if they weren't conditioned. Like for me, I was raised in the Christian church.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're conditioned to think a certain way. And so you have to unlearn what you learned so that you can learn something.
But let me
You
ask
get what I'm
you
saying?
about that. Let me ask you about that.
Uh-oh.
Because if we go to the Old Testament, almost every prophet in the Old Testament was polygynous. So
Absolutely.
how can Christianity be against plural marriage when damn near every prophet of the Bible had multiple wives? So how do we get into monogamy if the whole Old Testament is an entire narrative about polygynous men?
Because people is working off of the New Testament. Nobody is, it's like you only want the part of the Bible that works for you.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a cut and paste. It's a cut and paste. Do you think the older black women get, the more willing they are to try polygyny? Does a sister in her 50s, is she more open to it than a sister in her 40s? Is a sister in her 40s more open to it than a sister in her 20 or 30s?
I think so.
Why?
Because they have a lot of lived experience and they're seeing what it really is out here in these streets. They're seeing, maybe they had a lot of failed relationships, or maybe there's just not a lot of options where they are. And so they're toying with the idea.
I got another question for you.
Ooh, go ahead.
There's an epidemic of black men in their, I'm going to go 35 to 55, black men who are dating black women under the age of 30. What is your opinion on that?
Say, okay.
So let's say you had a son who was 38. You got a 38-year-old son, and he says, Mom, I'm going to marry a 24-year-old queen. Would you be okay with it? Why or why not?
That's his decision.
So you would be okay with it. If
I got the
your
middle of stuff
opinion,
before.
if he asked your opinion,
If you ask my opinion, I'd say she's not really. Where's her maturity level? What has she lived through? You're 38, she's 24. What?
because you do
Is it
know
balanced?
the 35 to 55-year-old men, there is a large population of them that are dating women between 23 and 29.
And also up 40 and 52, though.
Why do you think that is? And they're saying that that relationship is working out better. A 26-year-old sister with a 46-year-old man, they saying that those relationships are lasting longer. Why do you think?
Because they can groom her, or they can mold her into what they would like her to be. As an older woman, you've already experienced some life. You may have some kids, you may not. You may have been through some things.
Okay.
So as a younger person, I can groom you into how I want you to be, how I need you to be, how I need you to act, how I want you to move. You're more moldable than someone who's older. You're able to convince.
Okay. Now, what do you say to the older men who say, I'm dating younger women, less drama and less trauma? Less baggage, less emotional and psychological baggage. That's what they're saying. They say the young women don't come with all the baggage of the queens in their 40s.
Oh, no.
You know, I feel you. Would you date younger?
I would date 10 years younger.
Why?
Yes. Because I was told. Well, let me keep it a buck.
Because you was told what?
No, because my daughter was like, Mom, you can go 10 down and 10 up. So I was like, okay, we'll just go 10 down. And that's why, because she suggested it. But I don't know that, because I'm 49. Okay. I don't know that a 39-year-old would be mature or have, because I come with a lot of, I already got, yeah. I got so I don't know. So maybe 5 down and maybe 10 up. So yeah.
Okay. I got you. Last question for you. Great conversation. Last question. We have more black women having babies above 40 than under 25. Why do you think so many sisters are having babies after their 40s? I don't see anything wrong with it per se, but why do you think that we're having more babies after 40 than under 25?
Ooh. Maybe because they're living their lives first. They're waiting to have kids so they can be more established, so they can get all of their traveling and all the things that they want to do, and then have a baby. Because once you have children, there ain't no doing all that unless you have a lot of money. You have to stop and take care of your children.
So are they freezing their eggs, or are they having natural births, or are they freezing their eggs?
I've seen some where they are freezing their eggs, but then I've also seen some who are just having them natural. So it just depends on how your reproductive system is working.
Would you, assuming you can, would you have a baby? Let's say you was in a relationship, you was married at 49. Would you have a baby now or no? Why or why not?
And I didn't have any kids?
Yes. What's giving you reason to pause? What's giving you, why would you not want to? Let's say that. Why would you, if you
age of 49?
Yes, ma'am. Because they doing it.
They
having them at 50.
Doing it, but
51
it just seems we've been really programmed that the older you are, the more risky it is to have a child. And so in my mind, I'd be like, ooh, that's old. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? And are you going to be around? You know, I would hope to live to be 100, but are you really going to be around that long to be able to be there for the milestones of your child? You know what I'm saying?
That's my concern. My concern is if you're having babies at that age, when you're 70 and your children are 20, they're just starting their life as an adult. They're going to need your wisdom. Or are you going to be, and of course we can let it be 100, that's true, but that's not the average. Are you going to be around to provide them with that wisdom? And are you going to be around to help groom your grandchildren a little bit before you go back to the ancestors?
I'm trying to tell you. And if you ain't taking care of yourself.
My biggest concern is a 40-year-old mother or 50-year-old mother being so out of touch. In other words, when your child is 10, you almost 60. And if you can't keep up with Instagram now, if you can't keep up with artificial intelligence now, what the hell you going to do when you 60 and they 10? Or you 70 and they 20? You know what I mean? I'm just looking at the way they grooming our kids in this society and how I don't know how you're going to keep up with them children at that age.
But it also goes back to what you was talking about earlier as far as community. So if that woman decides to have a child later on in life, if it's community, and let's say she's young, but then there's another wife, there will always be somebody around to take care of the children.
If you have the co-wife.
If you have community.
You need to match a 45-year-old queen with a 25-year-old queen, or a 30-year-old queen with a 50-year-old queen. That way you got some space in there, so there's no need to compete, because what she can do, you can't, and what she can do, she can't. You feel me?
I feel you. And I also believe that if we were to get back into, you said polygamous relationships, a lot of us wouldn't be struggling or having to work 2 and 3 jobs.
Oh, yes.
Oh, because I work
economically, you can't argue against it. If we looking purely at political economic strength and growth, polygyny is the way to go. If you take the emotions out and we purely looking at economic empowerment, polygyny is the way to go. It's the way to go.
Can I keep it a buck with you?
Talk to me.
I am talking to you. My heart is about to beat out of my chest, okay? Because I always be watching you, and my heart is going. I'm like, oh, what is happening? But
cut it out.
But for real, I think we have to renew our mind and get out of our stinking thinking, and you have to really be mature to want to even try that, to move into that direction. You know, there's a lot of people I know who would love to do that, and they're married, but like their wives ain't going to agree with it, or you know, it's a lot of the men who would like to, that I know personally, that would like to do that, but the wives are not on board.
I feel you with that. Take my number and send me a text message. So when I come to Seattle, I need you at my event. I want to make sure you don't miss my next visit.
You got the same number?
Same number. You got it?
I got it.
Cousin lives in Seattle, and I just spoke with him last week, and he's looking for a spot right now. So I will be back in Seattle soon.
Yeah. I've been having your number since I seen you on the Breakfast Club. I hit you up ever so often.
Why you text me before?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And you have
a photo though. That's why I don't know the face.
Okay, I will send a photo this time.
Okay. All right, Mama. We're gonna talk soon.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Babe. All right now.
Bye.
I went inside the school, brothers and sisters, and somebody threw chicken wings and potato chips on the FDMG campus. Chicken wings and potato chips on the FDMG campus. I went inside the school and somebody threw chicken wings and potato chips on the FDMG campus. This is disgusting. Why would you drive down my street and throw funky ass chicken wings and potato chips? This the shit I got to go through. Funky ass wings and potato chips. Ugh. Brothers and sisters, funky wings and potato chips. I had to put it in my car. I don't feel like going back inside the school. I had to put it in my car. I don't feel like going inside the school. I had to put it in my car. I don't feel like going inside the school. I had to put it in my car. I don't feel like going inside the school. Teresa Double O. If you have a co-wife, you can fill out my Wifey resume. Wifey resumes must come with 2 names on them. Why do I need 2 wives? That should be self-explanatory because I got too many responsibilities to the race, my dear sister. One woman can't handle the work that got to be done. There will be 2 of you. There will be 2 of you. If you can't be one of 2, no problem. Keep it pushing. I'm looking for organic. You must be an organically African queen. If you're not organic, head to toe all natural. If your co-wife not organic, head to toe all natural. Don't send me the double wifey resume.